afternoon, Sven. How are you today, man? I had to stop back there and change my fuel filter. Thought about making a video of it, and I thought, maybe next time. Ready for Christmas, man? Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. What's up? What's up? Oh, shit. Who at? Crafty. It's a Crafty. Crafty, hit that like and subscribe button, bro. Cause what's up? Is that or Carly's? Is it Carly? Crafty, it's Crafty. I like that name, Crafty. Shout out to Crafty. It's been busy here, huh? Last few days. Past this little Lincoln here. Come on, Lincoln, get out of my way. Let me by. I got better things to do with my time. I don't want a truck anymore. $1.25 billion on the Powerball, you see that? Doggone, next drawing's tomorrow, so man, I'm gonna have to get me a ticket. At least one. Even though I got high hopes that I will lose. There's like 1 in a 325 million chance, so odds are extremely low. But you got 0 chance if you don't play at all. You can't win if you don't play. Where am I going? I am going to Tennessee. I'm going back to Tennessee. About 3 hours away, 3.5. Something like that. What you been doing, Sven? What you been so busy, brother? We're running a lot of fireworks these days. Really? You work in a plant manufacturing fireworks? Yeah, hello. Hello, Marco. Man, I saw this one guy, he was trucking, man, so I'm trying to kind of curious of who was in that other dude's live and jumped over, and as I told him I was going to be going live soon. So hop on over, because I'm a millennial. I'm a young trucker. And we keep on keeping on, baby. All right, trucking 101, son. Hey, we got Germany in the house, huh? Marco from Germany. That is the German flag, ain't it? The price of the tickets, the price of the tickets is $2. That's minimum, $2 a ticket. Keeping you busy manufacturing fireworks? Well, good thing, man. I mean, especially if you have to work for a living, staying busy helps the time go by faster. This guy wants to race. Let's race and see how fast he's willing to go. Oh, he's gonna cut me off. Oh, I knew it. I saw it coming. There's a red Mustang. It's a police officer. He loves to pull people over in this area. So that's what I'm watching for. Alright, I'm gonna get over. Slow her down. Those cars, well, they're mine. I've been busy trucking, man, and then when I'm home, I'm busy doing this, that, and the other. And then some. I got a little bit of a job to do. I'm gonna be installing security cameras. It doesn't interfere, which it does all the time, and prevents me from doing the things I need to be doing. So this weekend, that's what I'm gonna be doing, is installing security cameras. So if I can, I'll live stream it or something or another. If I can, because I'll have a house full of kids. I've been trying to put the cameras up for a while. Just too busy. Busy all the time. Dude, have a safe trip. Hey, thank you, Crafty. Hopefully you hit that like and subscribe button. You have a blessed day, my friend, my new friend. You got a friend in me. I said you got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal Gunner said. You got a friend in me. Yeah, this weekend I started to finally read 1984. Oh, did you? I've been meaning to do that myself. What have you learned thus far? I can't say that. I've been reading this book, well, I actually ain't read none in about a week or so, week and a half or so. I've been reading this book, which I can't say the name, one word in it I can't say, but I'll replace it with the word great. But it's an old book, I think from like 1949 or something. It's called The Grape of the Mind. Can't even remember the author. So yeah, it's been about 2 weeks. Can't remember who wrote it. So it's post World War II. It's got a lot of good information in it. And since it's such an old book, maybe somebody listening has already read that book. It's called The Grape of the Mind. Which the grape is not the actual word, it's you take the G out. But you can't say that word on YouTube. like to read. I don't really like to read, I don't like reading novels and stuff like that. I like reading educational things. I like reading law and all that stuff, but y'all know about that. I read about law and economics. And then I'll read stuff like that book I just mentioned. And Catcher in the Rye, that's a good book. I actually want to read it again. I've not read it in several years. I have that book somewhere. I have to find it. I need to buy me a bookshelf so I can put all my books on that bookshelf. But I haven't done that. There's some things I procrastinate. Not that I procrastinate, it's that I have a wife and her plans get in the way of my plans. And you know, as a awesome husband, I participate in achieving her plans, which pushes my plans off for weeks and months at a time. Well, I learned that 1984 is right up my alley, okay? It is a novel, but it's so much more, especially if you know some history. Exactly, that's it. Because you use that last statement of, especially if you know some history, that tells me and confirms that you are actually reading that book. That's the key information in your comment. But yeah, if you learn any more about it, you know, let me know, because I've been meaning to read it for a long time and I never bought it. But I need to, because I've heard a lot about the book these past few years, and I need to go to Barnes and Noble and get it, if they even sell it. Might have to buy it online. But I read the book, The Psychology of Money, and I bought the book because I heard a lot of people here say this and say that, and, you know, good book, blah, blah, blah. I wasted whatever, $27 or whatever it was I bought the book for. I read the entire book, and there was literally nothing in the book that I gained from. I didn't gain anything from it. Besides, there's a part in it that caught my interest because it had nothing to do with the psychology of money. It had something to do with fevers, because it spoke about fevers and your immune system. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it said that, you know, a fever is kind of like money. Something along those lines. Like, for some reason, a book titled The Psychology of Money has a part in it speaking about fevers. Thought that was kind of ironic and strange. Yeah, her plans become our plans, and I'll tell you what, it's like her plans are like constant. And every time I get home, it's like, okay, I'll have a plan, because I sit in the truck here, and sometimes I don't do lives, and I get to sit here and I get to think ahead. My goodness, car. I get to think and plan things like, okay, what do I have to do? What do I need to get done that I've been trying to get done forever, like cameras? And then I'll have my weekend figured out. My Friday, my Saturday, and my Sunday. I try to just do the bare minimum. Only do what I have to. 'Cause I like to have a break. You know, I rarely get one. So I try to do that on Sunday. Besides, you know, I'll get my stuff gathered up on Sunday before I go to work. Although sometimes I have to go to work on Sunday, which ain't happened in a while. But that's generally what I do on Sunday. And then I'll hang out with the kids, we'll read a little bit, we'll play with some toys, you know, just what an average normal home does. But on Friday and Saturday, I try to get stuff done. The first thing I get done, especially on Fridays, every Friday, I'll, you know, this old lady teaches at the school, so I'll try to, when I get home, I'll be home on Fridays by myself a lot of times, like a lot of Fridays. And I'll usually clean the house for her. You know, I'll sweep, mop, dust everything, clean the bathrooms, the showers, the sinks, the toilets. You know, if there's any dishes in the kitchen, I'll wash the dishes. Then I'll go out and clean up the yard, you know, feed, water the chickens and check them out, clean the coop if I need to. And I'll check the fluids in the cars, and check tires and all that good stuff. That's what I usually do. Then when all that's done, I'll start drinking. If I gotta work on something, I'll start drinking. It just makes it like not as monotonous. Until something breaks like a bolt in the water pump. Then you gotta drill it out. Yes, Finn, it would be if I could actually find the proper church for me and my family, but I can't find one because in my location of the world, it's a lot of Southern Baptists. Not that there's anything wrong with Southern Baptists, but for some reason my wife has a problem with Southern Baptist churches. And I'm thinking to myself, well, honey, that's all there is around here. And you know, we got snake handling churches, which that ain't my style of religion. I'm not going to go in there and handle pit vipers, you know. But I know people that do go to the snake churches. They hold snakes, rattlesnakes, all kinds of snakes, buddy. They'll have them all over the church. Yeah, so I had to change the water pump the other day, and that's been about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And when I went to put the new water pump on, I cleaned the bolts of the, that came out of the previous old water pump. And I cleaned them up a little bit. I figured, that'd be good to put back in there. Well, one of them snapped. I was like, well, that's no good. That actually happened. I was doing it live while I was doing it. And it ticked me off, so I ended the live. And then I had to drill it out. But anyway, I got her done. So yeah, I like to find a church that had that preaches the truth, the real deal. A church that doesn't have sinful events. It's kind of hard to do these days because people, if you don't get on with the program, you're despised and hated. But like it gets into politics. They put politics in everything, even the churches now. Movies. Can't be entertained anymore. It's all politics, politics, politics. That's like Grey's Anatomy, the TV show. I used to watch it. I liked it back in the early days, the early seasons. And it was genuine entertainment. And then somewhere down the line, I started seeing politics in it. And then I was like, stop watching this. I did. I stopped watching. It's like, man, I want to watch a movie to be entertained, not to have politics in it. I want to watch politics. I'll watch CNN, Fox News, NPR. Oh, you ain't starting anything, Sven. I'm just speaking my mind. No, I don't go to church. I went to church, when was this? Back in September or October. I just randomly went to church, and I wasn't even planning on it. I had woke up one Sunday morning, early one Sunday morning, I don't know, about 6:30. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to put some guns in the car, and I'm going to go to the lake or to the river. I wasn't sure which one. I was going to the lake or to the river. And on my way to the lake or the river, which I had still not yet decided, somehow I mysteriously ended up in a church parking lot. And I was the first one and only one there. And I sat there for 2 hours waiting. And I was going to church. And I did. I went to church. First time I've been to church in a long time. It was back in like October, I believe. September, October. A good friend of mine, he's a devoted Catholic. He used to talk mad stuff about Catholics, how they like to touch altar boys and all that stuff. That back in the day, when that's all you heard about on the news was priests like doing bad things to kids. He talked mad stuff about it. He wasn't really a believer during those days. One day, he had texted me and say, "Hey, I went to church today." And then he's pretty devout. He's pretty, devout, devoted with it. And he goes to church every Sunday, Catholic church. He goes to Mass. He goes to Mass every Sunday and every time they have it. If I ain't mistaken, I think the Catholics mainly worship Mary. If it ain't got to do with Jesus, I don't really agree with it. All these saints, Saint Nicholas, Mary, whatever else there is, Saint George. think you're only supposed to worship the Trinity. Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost. But who knows? There's so many religions out there, like, who knows? The Catholic Bible has like 7 more books in it. Who knows? But I do know one thing. Allah ain't it. Muhammad ain't it. That's fact. That ain't my thought, that is a fact. Muhammad is not God. Never will be. Religion that practices says what the Quran says is not of God. And that is a fact. And to a Muslim, if they were to hear me say that, they'd want to unalive me. Well, come try it. That's all I can tell you. Come try it. Because I got that 90210 piece right here beside me. Come try it if you want. I mean, you got that free will to do that. You can try if you want to. Anywho, we talk about religion forever. Religion and politics, it never ends. That sign says trucks use left lane. Driver, what are you doing? Right transportation. It says use trucks use left lane. Must not be able to speak English. A lot of that going on out there in the trucking industry. No, she looked like an American. She was a young black girl. Maybe she just didn't see it. She'll see another one here in a second. See if she ever gets over. If she doesn't see it, and I'm going to assume she's a foreigner that can't speak English. She looked like a black American. I won't say African American, because that'd be like me saying, oh, I'm European American. It makes no damn sense. I'm an American. You're an American. Yep, she speaks English. She got over. That'd be like me saying I'm German American. That'd be dumb. If you think that's dumb, then yeah, it is. So if you are black and you're an American, multiple generation, whatever, stop saying I'm African American, because you're not. You are simply an American, just like me, because it's the equivalent of me saying I'm German American. It's dumb. It's dumb. We're just Americans. I'm Chinese American, I'm Japanese American. Like, no, if you're born here, fourth generation, whatever, you are an American. You ain't no Japanese American, Russian American, Iranian American. You're a freaking American, plain and simple. European Americans. White people out here, especially young folks, man, out here saying, I'm black. No, you're obviously white. You can't pretend. This is not, reality is not fairy tale land. It's not make-believe. It'll punch you right in the face, son, and say, reality check, motherfucker. It's just people act like that and just to try and go viral, and they end up on Dr. Phil or something. I don't really know what that is. You know, like one girl that was on Dr. Phil years ago, Cash Me Outside. How about that? It's these people that make these bizarre claims, you know, on a video, and then it's posted online and they go viral for it with you know, 5 million views and, you know, 50,000 comments. A white person saying, oh, I'm black. Like, you gotta be crazy. Like, I can clearly see you are white. Or a black person say, oh, I'm white. I can clearly see you're black. So can you. You know, this ain't fairy tale land. I guess they've lived a sheltered bubble life. They ain't never been checked. I don't know whether to feel sorry for people like that or not. Majority of people, if I told them I was, if all of a sudden I started making videos constantly saying, hey guys, I'm black, y'all think I was mentally ill. A lot of people would. Like, look at this idiot. Look at him all white and stuff. He's from the mountains of the Caucasus, Caucasian, like what Cat Williams said. People are like, no, a million people are like, no, dude, you're white. And I'm like, no, I'm black. I'm black. You know, it's like, what the heck? I wonder if they say, but I guess if you kept doing that, you know, you go viral. Look at this idiot. He's solid white, man. But he's claiming he's black, you know. Crazy, man. This shit is crazy, buddy. I don't know what got me on this conversation. They're like me driving a truck, guys. No, I'm not driving a truck. I'm flying a C-130. That's what I'm doing. I'm flying a C-130 plane. It's not a truck. It's a plane, yo. I'm an airline pilot. I ain't a truck driver. I'm an airline flying pilot. Because I live in make-believe land. I'm an airline pilot, everybody. See me flying my plane? Oh, and I'm also a cat too. They need to put litter boxes in my plane. I'm a cat too. I don't understand it. And I guess people kill people. No, wait, no, it's guns kill people. People don't kill people, the guns do. It's unbelievable. Oh yeah, the gun just got up, grew legs, and it went out to the city, and it just started squeezing its own trigger, man. You know, arrest that gun and put it in prison. Craziness, man, it's crazy. Yeah, like that video, a guy says, oh, he's ex-military, blah, blah, blah. He's obviously in media now, and he does this video, he's holding an AR-15, and he's got it all over the place as he's squeezing the trigger. And he goes, so all I gotta do is hit this lever, and now it's fully auto, fully semi-auto. And like, there's no gun in existence that's fully semi-auto. Like, what the hell? Like, these people think that you're freaking stupid. And they might be people like, oh my God, look. Oh my God, look. He just said all you gotta do is hit that switch and now it's fully semi-auto. What? And then AR-15, oh, it used to be a weapon of war. AR-15, it never was a weapon of war. Never. It blows my mind, man. And they push this shit because they know people do believe it. People are ignorant enough to believe that, dude. That's wild. I think they've been brainwashed. For you to believe that, believe someone, just because I say, oh, this AR-15, which used to be a weapon of war, and just because I say it and I'm some type of news source, you believe it. And all I gotta do is say, oh, you flip this switch, now it's fully semi-auto. And you believe it because you don't know. Like, that's amazing to me. That is amazing. No, and then all I did was lie to you. No, AR-15 was never a weapon of war in the history of firearms, never. There's no such thing as a lever that's fully semi-auto. No such thing. How's it going? First Gardener, it's going great. It's going great. Let me get home. You know, okay, I own an AK-47, okay? That is a weapon of war. It is. It's been in wars, many wars, and it's very reliable. But there's no fully semi-auto switch on it. It's illegal to have a fully auto unless you have a license. And you got to go through rigorous stuff. Like, there's no way I would ever have a license to have a fully automatic firearm. Very few people have that. But the AK-47 I have is a weapon of war, and it's only semi-automatic, meaning every time a round is fired, I have to pull the trigger each and every time. I can't just hold the trigger down and then just start firing every round. I can't believe people are this ignorant. This is America. The majority of people should know these things. And it's amazing the amount of people that are so ignorant to firearms. It's amazing. And people think AR stands for assault rifle. No, it doesn't. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. Never has been. There's just rifles. And AR does not stand for assault rifle. It stands for Armalite rifle. For the company, Armalite. Crazy. Freaking crazy. Now an M16 and M4, those have been in the U.S. military, U.S. Army, U.S. Marines arsenal. The M4s and M16s. What else? M1. And you can't own those firearms. Well, you can own an M4. But the M16's most common. Now they're updating the arsenal for infantry soldiers to use a SIG. I can't think, but it's made by a SIG. They make good firearms. XRC or something, I can't remember. So I guess a lot of people on my channel and people passing by are not into firearms. Ain't nobody talking. Like I always talk about firearms, it's not my style. You know, I don't usually talk about firearms on here. I'm tired of, I guess, people spreading lies, man. It's all they do. AR-15, weapon of war, lie. Never has the AR-15 fought in any war. Never. and there's no switch to turn it into fully automatic. That's illegal unless you have a license that is very difficult to get. And there's no such thing as fully semi-automatic. No such thing. And if you don't know, you just believe it, especially if you believe a certain way with a news outlet and they just tell you these things, you'll believe it, obviously. But anywho, how's everybody doing this afternoon? It's 3 o'clock almost on the East Coast. It is 2:48 p.m. I feel like talking about this, wearing people off. Like, oh my God, he's telling the truth, we better leave. Oh God, he's telling the truth, we gotta leave. I guess I better watch out what I say. Google owns YouTube, and Google is a liberal company, so that means YouTube's a liberal company. And they don't really like talking about these things because you're informing people of facts, and they don't like that. Because it just overthrows everything they try to push. And they don't like that. That's why they shadow ban and stuff. Like, you're proving them wrong. They don't like that shit. If I'm wrong, I wish somebody tell me, like, hey man, like you're kind of in the right area, but you're a little bit off. Here's what you need to know. You know what I mean? I don't get it. No, it's like if I'm wrong about something, chat's welcome to correct, you know. Or they'll tell me some more information, new information. You're like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that. I don't have enough pride not to be corrected or learn something new or something that's truthful. Not a narcissist. I like to learn new things. If I'm wrong, I like for somebody to correct me so I can be right next time. So if you didn't know something about an AR-15 or something, for example, if you don't know, don't take the first person's word for it. Find it for yourself. It's very simple. What does AR stand for? Does it stand for an assault rifle? No. Harmulite rifle. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. If an AR-15 is an assault rifle, it's semi-automatic, meaning you got to squeeze the trigger each time a round is put into the chamber. You got to squeeze the trigger. Then that means my Glock 10mm is an assault rifle. No, it's not. It's semi-automatic, yeah, meaning it means I don't have to manually chamber one, like a boat action. You got to manually chamber each round with the boat action. Or with the pump, you got to kind of manually do it. You got to pump it each time. With the semi-automatic, you just squeeze the trigger, it will automatically pump a new round into the barrel. And you just keep squeezing the trigger. You got to squeeze it every time. You got 16 rounds in that Glock. You got it every time. You can squeeze the trigger. You got to squeeze it every single time. 16 times. You can't, a fully automatic's when you hold the trigger down and you can shoot off 10 rounds, let off the trigger, squeeze it another time, shoot off 5 rounds, let off, or hold it all the way down and squeeze off 100 rounds. But you got to have a 100-round drum. But that's what the military uses, fully automatic. You know, that's like the M60. the saw. It's got 500 rounds, 1,000 rounds, as many rounds as they can put on it. All you do is set it down, put the tripods up, aim, hold the trigger down, and it will fire continuously. But then it may malfunction and all that too, because the rounds going through it at such high rate of speed, the barrel gets hot, you might have to piss on it. That's the way it is. Now you might have you might be an infantry soldier with an M16 with an M203 grenade launcher. That's military shit. You can't get that out here. You can't get an M203 launcher. You can get like some type of civilian launcher that might shoot smoke, 25 yards, and that's it. No, it's not. An M16 is an M16. An AR-15 is an AR-15. An M4 is an M4. You know, there's differences, but they're not the same thing. And none of them are assault rifles. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. There's only pistols, rifles, and shotguns. What they like to call rifles long guns. There's no such thing as assault rifle. It's something somebody made up. It doesn't exist. But they're trying to make it exist when it doesn't. But all you got to do is have a legislator or some politician that has power and say, and put an assault rifle into something real. You know, all they do is write words down and they stamp it, law. Signed by officials, law. Like, like Australia has some of the strictest gun laws in the world, man. And ever since the Tasmania massacre in 1996, like it was overwhelmed with gun laws and buybacks and people having their firearms taken away. Hey, James K. Going to be playing Santa Claus, dress up Santa Claus? No, I'm not going to play dress up Santa Claus. No, I'm not going to. If you all, I tell you what, if you all bought the Santa Claus outfit and the things I would need to dress up like Santa Claus, I would do that and then show you all. But other than that, no, I'm not going out of my way to do it. New folks up in here, James, say James K. Shout out to James, Katie. I guess that's James and Katie. Hopefully y'all hit that like and subscribe button. We can learn together. We can get through the biasness and get around the lies and learn the truth together. You can teach me, I can teach you, and we in this together, you know. This is it, son. Maybe y'all have something I need to know. Maybe I have something you need to know. You know, we learn together. It's like an educational channel. Not just simply trucking, although it's just what I do for a living now. It's not what I always done. But I ended up getting into it, left a good career for trucking. Yeah, this is more of an educational channel, and whatever Gunner's doing. And whatever Gunner's doing, we do it together. We're a little family here on YouTube. Or tight friends. I made that's some good folks on here, man. It's awesome. There's Blue Boat. Blue Boat's been around for a minute. Jimmy, Doug, they all originals. James Cady, he I guess that's a he. I don't know. Sven's been around a while. Some good, great people, man. Mostly a bunch of bros. There's a few women that jump in, like Shannon, Kales, Catherine. Just so y'all know, whether you're a believer or not, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I pray for you, each and every one of you, and I'll pray for you with your names. I won't say, let me pray for the people on YouTube, but you know, I'll actually shout out y'all's names. And then, like, if I do forget, I'll be like, you know, and those people I forgot about, you know, can't remember their names. Shout out to them. I pray for them too. Hope you and the family have a good Christmas, Gunner. Thank you, Blue Boat. You as well, my friend. Maybe on Christmas, Blue Boat, we can play some Call of Duty Mobile if you're not too busy. Yeah, I play Call of Duty Mobile on my phone with Blue Boat sometimes. I've not been playing it lately. I think I played a game of it over the weekend. Can't remember. Every time I get on it, I gotta update it. By the time it takes to update it, I don't even play it. Then when I go to play it again, I gotta update it again. Yeah, Blue Boat. Try to remember Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We'll try to jump on and play a round or two together. What time, I don't know. What you could do is, if it's Christmas Day and I get on there, or you do, send me a message, be like, 2 p.m., let's play around, and I'll try to jump on and, see your message and wait for you to get on or something. So yeah, if y'all play any Call of Duty Mobile, Blue Boat and I play sometimes. It's been a while since we played on there. I think my username is Gunner696. That's how you can find me. And every now and then I get to play the PlayStation. I play Call of Duty on there sometimes, when I can. My life is so busy. When I do get to play, I get to play a round or two, and that's it. Like it tells you how many hours you played. When I started it up a few weeks ago, it said, "Oh, your playtime is 12 hours." I've only had it since Christmas, and just about a month ago, it said I've only been using it for 12 hours. So I've played it for 12 hours since last. So if they tell you, I'll live stream some gameplay. I don't know why, I just do sometimes. Maybe somebody like to watch out. Me and my son will play sometimes. My son is 7 years old. He just turned 7 back in November. And he played some Call of Duty online the other day, and he won. I couldn't believe it. He's like, "Dad, come look at this." And it said victory. I said, "Oh, it's cool." Had it for a few years though. Huh? I've got 270 hours on American Truck Sim. Really? Man, I see people playing that on YouTube all the time. I see this one guy doing it, and he'll be playing it, man, and he'll have like 1,000 people watching him. And I just can't help but think, cause man, this guy's playing a truck simulation. I live stream the real thing, and I never have 1,000 people at one given time watching. That's crazy. I mean, that's good for him, though. You know, I'm not jealous. I support that guy. You know, I support anybody trying to do good for themselves, especially if they're trying to do good for themselves and others, not just being selfish and trying to do everything just for themselves. I don't think that's the way to live. Now, I understand if you're starting from the bottom, you got to do for yourself for that time. That's just a given. You got to. You're starting from the bottom. You're homeless. You're trying to get your life started and going. You got to be selfish for a little bit. Just the way it is. Or if you got a lot of debt or whatever, and you help people from time to time, you got to be selfish. You got to get out of debt, get back on track financially, and then you can start helping people again. That's how you do it. Because if you're like me, you got a good heart, you enjoy helping people, and you do it without anybody knowing, and you don't dangle it over their head saying, well, it's just for you, and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's not the way to live doing shit. If you're going to do that, help somebody and hold it over their head, don't even help. Had it for a few years though. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 270 hours, a few years. Because that just makes no sense if you're just going to help somebody and then a month later you're just going to hold it over their head, boasting about yourself. Like, oh, I did this for you. If you're going to do stuff like that, just don't even do it. If you're going to do something like that, just do it out of the pure kindness of your heart. That's what I do, you know. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. You know, so that means if you're going to give, don't be like these people on the internet that's out here going, here's $500, and then airing it to the people of the world on the internet. You're not supposed to do that. If you're going to do it, you're supposed to do it in secret. Only you and I know what's happening. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing, or vice versa. That's exploiting people. Just because somebody's homeless and they got some money to spare and they stop, like, hey man, talking to them, getting their story, taking them out, buying new clothes and giving them $1,000, putting them in a hotel, blah, blah, blah. Hey, if I were to do that for somebody, nobody's going to know about it but me and that person. And they'll see too, they're like, hey, this dude ain't got no camera, nothing. I'm not going to exploit people like that. That's terrible. Take advantage of people to get views and clicks and attention. Somebody financially helps you, don't let it be on camera. If they're recording something, somebody, you're a waiter or waitress at a restaurant, somebody's going to be like, here, I'm going to give you $1,000 for your tip. You know, just be like, the first thing I would say is like, do you have a camera recording this? And if they said yeah, I'd say keep your money. But if you want to do it off camera, because you're actually a good person, then I'll accept it. But reporting it just to exploit me, no. But even though they're doing stuff, some of them's doing stuff like that on camera. I mean, it's nice that they're doing it, but it's not. I don't think it's good that they do it on camera. Like if I was rich, you know, that's what I would do. It's like I just give people money, and I still do that today. But I don't let nobody know about it. Even though it's not, you know, I give people, you know, $5 here and there, $1 here and there. I don't tell you guys about that. I don't show it on camera. Which is not right. At least how I see it, it's not right. I'm going to exploit these people for my benefit? What? It's going to be solely on, like, just out of the kindness of my heart and my soul. You know, here's $5, here's $2, here's $10, you know, $20. If I got it, whatever. What? Mudflap, what's your 20, driver? Hey, Jerry Mudflap. My 20 is Lexington, Kentucky. $10-4. Welcome in, Jerry. I don't think I've seen you before. I'm happy to see you here today, brother. Unrelated, me and a friend shoot claws the other day. That was my first time using a super soaker. Really? That was your first time using a super soaker? Really? Man, I wish I could have seen that. I had a 20 gauge and a 12. Hit 2 out of 6. You hit 2 out of 6? Yeah, not great. Right, yeah. But at least I did it. Yeah, at least you did it, bro. I mean, it's okay to have a little sense of pride, be a little proud, but, you know, don't forget, all glory be to God, you know. I think it's okay to have a little bit for yourself, you know. It's okay to have a little bit of pride. You know, that's how you gain self-confidence. I do my best to not allow anything to break my stride. Ain't nothing going to slow me down. I got to keep on trucking. I used to be an old hand years ago. It's been a long time since I've been through Lexington, Kentucky. Come on with it, Jerry. So you out of trucking, Jerry? Yeah, we in Lexington right now. We going eastbound and down. Well, you used to do trucking, Jerry. You used to haul coal or something back in the day. But yeah, Jerry, we do a lot of trucking over here, trucking lives. Not all the lives are about trucking. We get on here and we talk a lot about education, and we all try to learn a little bit. We get to know each other. You know, I share stories of me. Everybody, a lot of people in here, like Blue Boat, that's talking to you. He shared a little bit about himself over the months, and a lot of other people have. And you know, we have a good little thing going on here. With everybody's just a great bunch of people, man. My YouTube journey's just a year, and so it's been a ride. It's been awesome getting to know these guys and girls, and mainly the bros, you know, because I'm a bro. So obviously it's going to be a bunch of dudes for the most part. But the women that get in, like Catherine and Kels and Shannon and Sparkles, and they're good women, good dudes, man. There's a bunch of good folks in here just sharing knowledge and stories. And just shooting the shit, you know. You know how it is when you got a friend coming over and then all of a sudden, for no reason, and then you just you want a beer, bro? And you give them a beer and you just start talking about this, that, and the other, and a bunch of nothing. Then you go to your wife, go back home, and you're like, hey, well, what'd you do? He's like, oh, we done nothing. And she's like, what do you mean you done nothing? It's like, we done nothing. We just talked. We talk bro talk. What's that consist of? We talked about birds somewhere in there, like neither one of us understood why, but we talked about chicken hawks and eagles briefly, and talked about cars and guns, and talked about fishing spots and hunting, and then we just talked about a bunch of nothing. Turned the show. Smokey and the Bandit got me in the truck, yeah. And the police got me out. It come out. Now, I drove produce from Salina, California back. Come on. All right, 10-4 on that. That's a good run right there. Yeah, there's Sven. Sven's a good dude, man. He's a bunch of good people in here, Jerry. I think you fit right in, brother. It's nice to see new people come in and jump in the chat. And I love that the originals, man, like Sven and Blue Boat, the bunch of guys that been around for a while, since about the start of my YouTube journey. And it's nice to see them welcome new people in the chat like that. Like I said, they're a bunch of good dudes, man, of all ages, of all nationalities. A lot of Europeans, a lot of French, Germans, British, and mainly Americans, obviously, because I'm an American, live in America. So it only makes sense that my content would mainly reach America. Because we just a bunch of good old boys from all over the world. Just the good old boys, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day I was born. Someday the mountain might get me, but the law never will. Making my way the only way I know how. Well, that's just a little bit more than the law will allow. I used to watch Dukes of Hazzard back in the 90s when I was a kid. I guess because that's what the old timers were watching. So you had to watch it too. Times have changed since I was a kid to now. That's facts. You know, thank you in advance. All right. Smith says with all his knowledge of America and culture, he'd pass as an American spy. Now don't get his flag, Sven. Yeah, I mean, you would learn a lot, Sven, just by watching my channel. At least Southern culture, mountain culture. You know, that's because that's the part of the country I'm from is Southern mountainous culture. So you can imagine how it was growing up. You know, guns is in the very depths of American culture. So that's how one way we would know if you was actually from here or you were a spy, because if we start asking you questions about guns and you said this and we look at you funny like, okay, he's a spy, he don't know shit about guns. Or how to dress a deer. Like, Sven, here, I dropped this deer. Take this knife here and dress it. A lot of people just hate America. There's Americans that like genuinely hate America. That is wild. I mean, now, I guess I would hate America too if America was like North Korea or the CCP, Laos and stuff like that. I guess I would hate it then. But maybe they hate it because it's not like them and they want it to be like them. That's the only thing I can think of. Because when I go down to Miami, I got some good foreign friends down in Miami. They are legal here in the States. The majority of them fled, you know, these tyrant government regimes that they have in Venezuela and Cuba and all that. One of them, a real good friend of mine is David. He's a subscriber on here, which he doesn't get on often. It's been a while since he has, or he might jump on and like it. He told me he jumps on and likes it, but he ain't commented in a long time. And he's from Venezuela, and he teaches me Spanish. We talk a lot. I call him sometimes, and good dude. He always asks me, I'm a multi-generation American, and he's always asking me, for some reason, he kind of talks politics, and I don't understand why, but he's just got questions, and since I'm a multi-generation American, he thinks I might have some answer for his concerns. And so he'll ask a question like, why are these people doing like what they're doing here? And he'll follow that up and say, I left my country for those same exact reasons, and to come here to get away from it, to escape it. And he'd just like, why are they trying to make America like that? And I'm like, man, I just straight up with him, like, man, David, his name's David, I think he changed his name. And I'll tell him, like, dude, I don't know. I have no idea. And he always asks me that every time I see him. I'm like, dude, I really don't know. I wish I did. Hey, Ella. Matthew Moore. Welcome in, brother. That's. I think my camera turned a little bit. There we go. It looks like I'm gonna have to hit the left lane. Hopefully we get caught. Oh, there's the police going northbound. City of Lexington, I ain't too concerned. Another one. Where you from, Matthew? You still in here? And that's all I'll say about that, because otherwise we'll get a big mess in chat. Yeah, I mean that's basically it. That's all I could say to the guy. But yeah. And once I said that, everybody left. You notice that? Just telling the truth, man. Telling the truth about my experience about my friend from Venezuela. And it ran people off. Crazy. That tells you everything you need to know right there when I talk about that, and it runs people off. That tells you everything you need to know. This car. That's somebody that don't know how to drive, sitting in the middle lane going under the speed limit. Everybody's getting off school, or getting out of school, or getting off work. I don't know. I think it's a bit too early to be getting off work. I'm sure some people are up now. I had a job where I got off at like 2:40. Weird time. When I lived in Alabama, I got a job. I worked in a yarn factory from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. That sucked. I think also people are just tired of hearing about it. Yeah, I think they are too, like I am too. Tired of hearing about it. Like it's what I was saying a little bit earlier about watching TV. Like you can't watch a movie without it being some type of political messaging in it. It's like I want to watch a movie to escape politics, and they put politics in the movie. It's like, my goodness, I don't care if it's left-wing politics or right-wing politics. I watch a movie, I don't want to see either one. I just want to be genuinely entertained. And I'm not going to be entertained with you putting political messages in movies or TV shows. Like, you know, the TV show example I used earlier, and this is a real example, is Grey's Anatomy. It's a series, it's a show. It's got like, I don't know, 12 seasons. If you start that from season 1 and go on and on, somewhere down the line, like season 7, they start putting politics in. And I noticed that, and I don't remember where that threshold was, and that's when I stopped watching. Never watched it since. It's not entertainment when you start putting politics in. You get on social media, first thing you see, politics. You get on YouTube Lives, and you can't scroll the lives without running into somebody, left wing, right wing, and all they're doing is talking about politics. It's like, you know, I mean, I know there's got to be some people involved in it, you know, it is government, whatever. But you don't have to force it down our throats, man. Some of us, like, I mean, some of us don't care enough to be involved in it. We just want to be left alone and live our life and hopefully live in peace and in a good economy and without people trying to jam stuff down our throats and target our children and all that nonsense, bunch of noise, you know. Yeah, I just read the rest of your comment. We just want to be in peace now. Yeah, that's it. You know, we don't want government to start no big major wars, you know. And then call the people up, call me and you up to go fight it for them. That ain't my war, that's yours. What is it, another senseless war? Where we get there and we're like, what the hell are we doing here? Still don't know. Oh, they got WMDs. Get there. No, nothing here. Nothing here but a tyrant regime that oppresses its people. Worship a God that doesn't exist. They just, I mean, Afghanistan, they just wanted to be left alone too. That's it. But, you know, I mean, we don't really know the trueness behind the 911, but we can't even talk about that because there's too many conspiracy theories. Who knows? It could just been, you know, every now and then we get into a little bit of politics, a little bit, you know. It's like truck driving. You can't really talk about truck driving because it leads back to politics. Because everything about trucking is political. It's federal. It has nothing to do with your company, the state. It has everything to do with Washington, D.C. The Department of Transportation. Yes, Finn, I know you wasn't like talking about me, I know. No, I have enough sense, you know, to know generally most of the time. So whatever country you're in, Finn, is it like the people just talk about politics all the time? Because that seems to be all it is over here, especially if you're like more on, if you're like a Democrat, because if you're a Democrat, that's all they talk about is politics. And if you say the one wrong thing, they hate you. And then they claim that you're a hater. What? I'm neither one. I don't like either one of them. They're both guilty. Just like you and I, we're both guilty of something. none of us innocent. Even the kids ain't really innocent. They do stuff they shouldn't do, but that's to discipline. If you're a believer in the Bible and you don't discipline your children, the Bible says that you don't love your children. You're incapable of loving them if you don't discipline them. Now it's up to you to figure out in your mind what you think is necessary of a disciplinary action. Whether that is like, hey, what I practice is, I've actually practiced a couple of different things, but now I'm practicing, take this book, stand in this corner, balance it on your head, and think about what you've done wrong, and think about how you can make it right. Because like I said earlier in the other live, earlier today, we're only victims of three things. I'll say it again. We are only victims of three things. One being, you are a victim of your own laziness. Two being, you are a victim of your own poor decisions. Three is you are a victim of your own ignorance. Other than that, you're not a victim of anything. That's the only three things you're a victim of. And outside of that, don't allow yourself to ever be a victim out of those three things. No, I haven't heard that before, Sven. Let's see how I can clean this up. Damn DOT. I like how you put spelled, oh, it says darn, okay. I thought you spelled damn like a dam, D-A-M. If I can try to remember that, Sven, I'll try to do that once this live ends. It's once the live ends, my friend. But I hope y'all had a wonderful day and still are having a good day. Hopefully you get to have a meal this evening. Hopefully. Unless you're doing a fast or however long. If you're fasting, don't forget to pray. Because it's Matthew chapter 17. 21 says like something to cure your body, all you do is fast and pray. So don't eat and pray. Matthew 17:21. Be safe and stay hydrated. There's Sparkles. Jersey Sparkles. What you drinking? See you later soon. Have a fabulous day. You as well, and Merry Christmas. Thanks for sending positive vibes. We really appreciate that, especially me, myself, and I. Look at Western Express up here. You know it's Western when you see the tarp flapping in the wind like he's on a sailboat. Holiday Drinks is on Manilow. Yeah. See, that's what our British friends are good for. Drinks are on them. Because every time they get themselves in a pickle, the Americans come over and take care of it for them. So they always, drinks are always on them. I'll be looking for that drink, Manilow. Taking water. I'm drinking water and Red Bull. I've drank 2 bottles of water. Well, 2 3/4 of a third. So they say, like, well, is it half empty or is it half full? I don't know. I guess it's half empty if you're drinking it, and it's half full if you're filling it up. Einstein, so I don't know. Or am I Nikola Tesla? I don't know. But I guess either one answer is correct. It's half full and it's half empty, so there's no wrong answer. It's a trick question. Oh, look. Jersey Sparkle's sending hugs to you, Spin and Blue Boat. That's cool. Nice to see just genuine love for one another. Nothing outside of just love for one another. That's awesome. You know, just because we bros don't mean we gotta be hard all the time. You know, a real man ain't hard all the time. He got a soft side to him, you know. You gotta have a little bit of compassion for each other. Nothing outside of that. Just true, genuine compassion for your brother. That's it. What's going on there, Manilow? Football update here in UK. Ingham Town versus Avcott, 2-2 here. Isn't football in your country, dang, what is football in England? Dang, can somebody refresh my memory? What's football in England? Getting colder by the hour, Manilow said. Yeah, I hope your team wins as well, Manilow. Whoa, truck, what are you doing? Yeah, I know what American football is. How is Alabama in the playoffs? What? I don't understand that either. But yeah, I think it's going to be Indiana and Georgia. I can't believe how well Indiana's done this year, this season. It's amazing. They're undefeated, like 13-0. But if they play Georgia, Georgia's going to beat them. That's an SEC team. They're not going to beat an SEC team. It's just not going to happen. Thumbs up from Fresh Z96. I don't think we should be talking about Eskimos, Manilow. We both have blue helmets. I like that. Yes, I think it's soccer, Blue Boat. I was thinking it's soccer. I didn't want to say something like be wrong, but so I was just asking to affirm myself, but I was thinking it's soccer. Yeah, Yanks call it soccer. Oh, okay, Yanks call it soccer. I thought it was soccer. Man, it took forever to get that answer. You know how like you know something and then you forget it and you're kind of like, I think it's soccer. I can't remember. And then so like you don't want to, you just want to get some confirmation from someone else and be like, yeah, it's soccer. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I was thinking right. Is that like the FIFA Cup or something? I'm not real familiar with soccer. I think Brazil wins most of the time, don't they? Doug said soccer, soccer. Has 3 losses and had -3 rushing yards against Georgia. Yeah, I knew Georgia was going to stop it. That's wild, 3 negative rushing yards. Notre Dame, BYU, and Vandy would have been more deserving than Bama. Oh yeah, Notre Dame, man, last season, the Fighting Irish, man, they done good last season. I think it was Michigan and Washington or something last year. Or was that the year before? I don't know. Hey, Walker, War Walker. Shout out to War Walker. Welcome in, hit the like. Smack the like button and punch subscribe. Join the chat. We just talk a lot about a lot of different stuff and everything and stuff. Hey, Poodle was a cat. Get yourself a real dog, like a German Shepherd. I mean, I guess a poodle could be a cat. I don't like poodles. Some of them, people that really take care of a poodle, like they're real soft and they're pretty cool dogs, but I wouldn't want to own a poodle. I'm not a small dog breed person. I like a medium-sized dog or a mastiff, but mastiffs are like too big. I don't need a mastiff. And didn't I share a picture of my pit bull I had? Didn't y'all see that? I had to show it to you. He ended up dying. He got somebody intentionally hit him. He was 4 or 5 years old. He was a good dog. I don't want another dog because of that. Because that dog was the most intelligent dog I had ever owned and I had ever met. I couldn't replace that dog, so I don't want another one. I don't want a dumb dog. Because they're animals, so sometimes they're going to do dumb stuff, but that dog was pretty smart. I have to brag on that dog. Man, that broke my heart too. It did. Still does. Still aggravates me. Hi from Italy. Welcome in, Italy. Happy to have you. Smack that like and punch that subscribe. Or you can double tap the screen. You can be soft sometimes. It's okay. You gotta be hardcore all the time. You can double tap, poke the like, and kiss the subscribe. I watch football, no soccer, no disrespect, men. All right, Sam is he's being hardcore. It's time to be hardcore again. We're real men. We're warriors. We are America's warriors. We are a warrior nation, son. Kick ass and take names. Amen. Oh boy, I better watch out. Somebody like, oh my God, that's that toxic masculinity. Oh my God, I don't want to be protected by a man. But boy, they're so thankful when they are saved by a man that's brave enough to do something crazy. They don't like that toxic masculinity until a superpower nation starts a war with America, and then they love that toxic masculinity. Because I'm sure they don't want a bunch of feminine men out there on the front line battling Chinese soldiers, do they? Oh gee, he shot me because I got big nails. I'm throwing my gun down and I'm leaving. Oh man. You know, they want to talk bad about masculinity until something crazy pops off. Hang on, y'all, my wife calling. I'm back. I'm back. Back again. That was the woman calling. What's going on in the chat, man? Sam burning it up. I got a good rest last night too, Sam. I slept like 9 hours, somewhere around that. Sometimes I laugh and I cry. Sounds like she might have gave you some estrogen. Not in trouble for Dad, Channel 19 yet. Nobody says a peep anymore. No, they don't. They don't say nothing on the screen no more. Yeah, if they do, you can't understand them. Right. Poor old Dodge. Yeah, I was talking with the wife for a moment. Yeah, when she calls, you answer. You know, it's how it is. A lot of times I do lives, I get phone calls that come in and I don't answer them. But if it's her, I answer. Or if it's I know it's an important phone call coming in, I'll answer. That's just respect, you know. What you do? Get over. Get over. Where did we leave off? I forgot. What were we talking about? Oh, the birds and the bees. And the butterflies and trees. I feel like here before. Yeah, Clyde Elliott. Yeah, I seen you in here a little while ago. I'm going to Tennessee. We're getting close when you see these mountains and stuff. Got some decent views of mountains down through here. See how long I can keep this live going. We can probably keep it going for a little bit. Show you the mountains when we get off the interstate. All the way down to Tennessee. But then there's a tunnel you got to go through, which I've been meaning to show you all that on the video because you don't have signal in that tunnel. And it drops everything. So, because you're underneath the mountain. So, maybe I'll try and record that today and see if I don't forget and try to post it on YouTube today so y'all can see the tunnel that we go through sometimes. Because I've went through it doing a live once and you know it disrupts the live, you know, for obvious reasons. So I will try to record that today for you all so you can see it. So when we go in that tunnel, when you do see it, you'll have an idea. So when I go in that tunnel, I'll be in Kentucky. Somewhere in the middle of that tunnel is the state line. And once I get to the other side, I'm in Tennessee. And then in the video, you'll see a ramp, like an exit ramp. That's not an interstate, it's a highway. But you'll see an exit ramp to the right. Now, if you go up that exit ramp, you go maybe a mile, you'll be in Virginia. So when you see the video, you'll have an idea of what you're seeing. Now, I don't know if I should play a song or just let it record and not say anything. I don't know. Or maybe I should just say what I just said right then. I don't know. Y'all be the judge. You've never been there, Clyde? Okay, well that's fine. Well, it's one thing about modern day 2025, you ain't got to get up and go. You can just jump on your phone, computer, you put it on the TV, and you can watch it in real time. It's amazing. It's pretty impressive. You know, 20 years ago, I didn't think anything like this would actually be going on. So when I was in high school, it sure wasn't. Play me some mountain music like Grandma and Grandpa used to play. And I'll float on down the river to the cage and hide away. Yeah, when it comes summertime, we're going to float in the river. We're going to have a cooler tied to a float. And we gonna float the river and do a live and drink some beer and float the river. Y'all wanna do that with me come summer? I think you'll like it. Get my kayak. Throw my kayak out there. I gotta get a paddle. I felt the kayak, if y'all remember. I don't know if I was doing it live then or not. I found a kayak on the side of the interstate in the bushes. Well, I seen a ladder with those big extension ladders. I seen it. And then I had stopped and picked it up, and I loaded it into my trailer, and when I went to go get the ladder, I saw a kayak in the bushes. So I picked up the kayak, and I loaded it up too, perfectly fine. Somebody just lost it and didn't see it, I guess, and I picked it up. This has been a year for getting good stuff, man. I got a big, perfectly fine, big extension ladder. I can't remember what brand it was. And then I got a kayak. And then I picked up a hitchhiker earlier this year, and he gave me a 2007 Chevy Cobalt 5-speed, perfectly running car, and gave it to me. It's been a good year for just getting stuff. Never would have dreamed that somebody just, I pick up a hitchhiker one day and he's going to give me a perfectly operating car. I paid $110 to get it tagged. It's all the money I had in. So you know it's not totally dangerous to pick up hitchhikers. Might be a blessing in disguise. You just don't know. That guy gave me a call. There's Dillard's. I like Dillard's. They got some good stuff. That's where I buy my cologne at, Dillard's. I bet he's got some goodies on them trailers, on them pups. Changed that fuel filter back in the truck, Blue Boat. Yeah, I had to change my fuel filter. I stopped out there in Indiana, had to do my mandatory 30-minute break, and I changed my fuel filter, and I noticed I was losing power, so I just went ahead and changed my fuel filter. I was going to make a video about it, but I can do that when it goes out next time. It's pretty easy to do. But we don't only truck, we do a lot of mechanic work, and we do a lot of just hanging out work too. Sitting down, drinking beer. That's hard work sometimes. Ounce cans, 12-ounce bottles get heavy, man. Picking them up, chugging it down real quick. Workout. No, I use Donaldson. The Donaldson filter. I guess I shouldn't even say that because they're not paying me to say that I use the Donaldson filter. Like I'm advertising Donaldson, and I ain't getting paid to mention their name. I guess that's how you know someone's being honest. They're not getting paid by the company to talk about a product. I mean, they're good filters. Yeah, it's a good brand, yeah. The only thing is like, I mean, those filters last during the warm months. It'll last all summer long. But during the winter months, like I gotta change them out. It doesn't matter what brand filter I use. Something about this truck in the winter time, I gotta change the fuel filter every 3 weeks. And I changed it about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it lasted longer than it usually does. I changed it down in Tipton, Georgia. And there was a guy that saw me, a guy from Minnesota. He was from Minnesota. I parked all over by myself and he saw me. And he pulled up beside me. He left his original parking spot. And he got out. He helped me. And we talked. And he gave me, he was hauling antifreeze. He was pulling a tanker. And he said, hey man, I get free antifreeze. Do you want a gallon? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, he said, get one of your jugs. And I was like, all right. So I got a jug and he poured it in that jug. He gave me a 3-gallon antifreeze. And he was talking about Fleet Guard. He recommended me using Fleet Guard because he said he uses Fleet Guard. Donaldson's good too. You've heard good things about them, Blue Boat? Yeah, I've always used Donaldson. Turns out I was 30 minutes behind. Whoops. I'm all baffled. Live now though. Yeah. If I had $100,000 and you wanted to become an owner-operator with your own authority, what would you buy? Truck, trailer, etc. All right. What I would buy? Well, first off, that really would depend on what I want to haul. So I wouldn't be doing specialized. So I wouldn't need like a Super Duty truck. I would absolutely pull a step deck trailer. I would do step deck flatbed. I would probably either buy me I'd probably buy me a Freightliner or a Volvo, because it would probably be a Freightliner because I just don't like Volvos. And only a Freightliner because it's cheaper instead of a Kenworth 900, because that's over 200,000, so 100,000 ain't even enough. And 100,000 would only buy me a truck, and I'd be able to have my own authority. Because, I mean, I'd have to buy an older truck that had like 300,000 miles on it, because I wouldn't have enough money with $100,000 to buy a brand new truck. Now, I could buy a truck with about $20,000 down. In a good credit score, I could have any truck I wanted. So I'd probably have to go that route with $100 grand, and I'd buy me a brand new Freightliner. The first thing I would do is get a hold of some good friends of mine, and instead of having to spend, you know, a ton of money or something like that, because, you know, you can't take it somewhere and do this, and I would have the Freightliner deleted immediately. And I'd have me, I'd finance a step deck, and I would haul flatbed freight. So I'd buy me some binders and chains and 2-inch straps and 3-inch and 4-inch straps. And then I'd probably spend the $3 grand to get my own authority. The problem is having a new authority, a lot of people where you've not really made a name for yourself yet, which is going to take about 6 months, you're not going to get good freight right off the rip. So then, yeah, you couldn't buy a truck for that amount. That's why I was saying you finance it for $100,000. I mean, if you had $500,000, you could buy everything and have your own authority and have money left over to get going. In order to buy it all outright, you got to have at least a $500,000. But by doing flatbed and pulling a step deck, I could make more money than pulling a reefer or a dry van, depending on the freight you're hauling. And the good freight is already locked down. So those loads are, you know, here and there. So I would do flatbed to capitalize on earning the most money that I can as an owner-operator, and that's what I would do. And, you know, hopefully my freight shaker would be a super 10-speed or a 13-speed. That way I don't have to grab a full gear every 10 gear, every gear. That's what I would do. So I hope that helps you make your decision on what to get. I have seen like double flatbed trailers before. But the thing about pulling doubles is you're not technically allowed to back them up. You're supposed to always pull straight through. And doubles rarely ever get in situations where they actually have to back. I mean, when they got to hook up to their pups, they back up some, you know. They got their dollies. But you can back them, you can. A good driver can. Oh yeah, safety decals and your IFTA stickers and your fuel tax. I mean, there's a lot to put into perspective. You gotta pay to drive on these roads. People don't think about that. You have to pay to drive in each state in a truck. And if you don't, when you get across that state line, they will know, and they're going to pull you into the scale house. And you will not drive on that state's roads until you pay to be there. then I'd make a bunch of money. I would try to make my own little maintenance fund, and I would try to get it to around $20,000. And I would always actually add to it. Because, and then you better learn your own maintenance, and you need to change your own oil, and because if you don't, that's going to cost you roughly $600-700 to change your oil in these trucks. So you better learn how to change it yourself, and how many gallons it takes. This truck holds 11 gallons of oil. Oh yeah, it's crazy. So, you know, I mean, what's a gallon of truck oil? $25, so 11 times 25. And then you gotta buy, you're gonna wanna have filters. Always have filters. Fuel filters, oil filters. You want to have tires, and you want to have tools. I mean, it's going to cost you. Trucking ain't cheap, buddy. It ain't cheap. It can get expensive. And so if you, like I said, if I bought that freight shaker and I had it deleted, that's the first doggone thing I would do, is have it deleted. Because forget all that noise. That bankrupts people. And I'd have it deleted. So when it does go out roughly around 300,000 to 400,000 miles, it's going to go out and it's going to bankrupt you. So just go ahead and delete it. Stay in states where it's not too big of a deal. And you'll be good to go. Don't go to California, because if you were to do that and they know that, you're going to jail. They're going to put you in jail. But guys, I might lose you for a second. I'm going to try to keep this live going, but this is the spot where I lose signal, even though I have Starlink. You're in these mountains, and it's just not good for signal, even with satellites. Hey, no problem, man. You got it, man. I got you. You all got me with your support, your likes and your subscribes. And I appreciate you all just as much as y'all appreciate what I do. I really do. I appreciate y'all's support and love and all that, man. And like, you know, genuine love. Nothing weird. Like, I love you guys, man. Y'all cool as hell. I think that millennial started the I love you bro stuff, you know. Yeah, Blue Boat, I got you. Yeah, it'll come and go. It might not. There was one time I came through here and it didn't do anything. But sometimes it does. Even with Starlink. I don't have a father figure in my life, so I always ask a lot of questions and seek advice. Yeah, man, I got you. I understand. I never had a father either. And I never had a mother either. I never even met my mother. I've met my father. So I understand what you're saying, bro. Also familiarize yourself with every detail on an air brake system. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Sam's telling the facts right now. So if you want to get in the trucking game, you're in the right channel, because ain't nobody gonna withhold crucial information. Like when I was getting into trucking, I got on YouTube and was trying to find information, and you'd find a little bit, but certain things you couldn't get. And so that's one thing that helped me start a YouTube channel, so I could actually share real information with people instead of beating around the bush and not saying this or not saying that. Which I can't think of anything in full detail right now to give you a real example, because it's just spur of the moment. And a lot of guys, if they ever watch this, you know, that had old channels from back then, you know, probably wouldn't appreciate me sharing this information. Money and how to get in it and what to do if you buy your own truck. And because if you go out and buy your own truck, you're in a better position than someone that goes to a company and does a lease purchase program. Because if you do a lease purchase program, you're not really an owner operator. You're with that company. So if you don't like it, you can't take that truck and put it on somewhere else using someone else's authority. Now, if you go out and buy your truck or finance your truck with the dealership, you can put that truck to work anywhere. And if you don't like it, you can leave it and go to a different company. That's an owner operator. And then you got owner operators that get their own authority and they do everything on their own. But insurance will get you. Insurance will get you. What's the craziest thing I've seen while trucking? Oh man. Not really too crazy stuff, really. I mean, the majority of things I've seen is just what you genuinely see traveling on the road. Me personally, I ain't seen too much. A lot of accidents, a lot of stuff burning down. Do I mind if you offered an opinion? No, I don't mind, Sam. You can offer an opinion. Oh, you're fine, Sam. I don't. going to Hades. Yeah, that's right, Doug. But change is inevitable. I mean, I don't like change myself, but I mean, you just have to accept it, learn to go with the flow of things. Because I mean, you're just gonna be here for a little while anyway, so who cares? I'm not of this world, so what do I care what happens? Man. To add one more thing, it's who you know out here. Surround yourself with good people and be a good person on the road. Your reputation is your business. That is absolutely right. It's absolutely right. So you got to share a good message. I mean, even if you ain't a good person and you going into business, you got to fake it. If like you know you're not like a really good person naturally, like these are things you know, you probably need to fake it. Do your best to. It's hard. People can't hide who they really are, at least not for long anyway. I wish like somebody, you know, I mean, it wouldn't matter if they're, you know, if they were famous. Like, I don't care if you're famous, but it'd be cool to drive somebody's tour bus. You know, it doesn't matter who it is. Jelly Rolls, like, hey Gunner, why don't you drive a tour bus? I'd be like, all right, dude, yeah, I do that. I'd be happy to. Let's do it. Let's go on tour, bro. Or Kid Rock, hey, yeah, it's Kid Rock, man. Let's drive a tour bus. I'm like, all right, bro, I got you. Let's go. Now that's something I'd really like to do. Is drive somebody's tour bus around, going to concerts. And be like, hey guys, take Kid Rock to Denver, Colorado date. We're going to rock out, son. You know. But usually people that get famous like that, they already know, they already got like a friend that had their uncle or their cousin that drove a truck and they drive the bus, you know. Or drive the truck that takes the equipment around to these arenas. And if they don't, they have companies out there like SET, S-E-T. Special Entertainment Transportation. that hauls famous people's stuff to concerts and events and stuff like that. But they're on a road a lot. A lot. Another thing I'd like to do is drive for NASCAR. What's those guys? I can't remember. One of those drivers drive the cars to the tracks. That'd be sweet. But you got to go through a bunch of nonsense shit. Hendrix Motorsports. You gotta have a resume, talk about how much you love racing and stuff like that. You gotta do all that to drive your truck to the NASCAR races. I just like to do it. I don't care to make sandwiches for the pit crew. I don't care to do that at all. I'd do it. Your dreams is planes? Yeah, not me. Small planes would love to get a pilot license. It's actually fairly easy to get a pilot's license. I've thought about doing it, even though I don't like flying anymore. The only thing I don't like about flying anymore, and I stopped flying because the simple fact, if something were to happen, I can't just like, oh well, I'm losing fuel drastically, let me just park over here on this cloud real quick and check it out. That's why I don't like flying. You know, and driving a bus or a truck or a car, if something happens, I can just pull over to the shoulder. I can't park a 747 on a cloud. But I still would like to have my pilot's license. Because just having it, I think it's pretty cool. Like, oh, I know how to fly a plane. Thought about taking classes, but I just ain't got time, man. Don't have time. You know, you gotta have enough money to really sacrifice time off and to go do things like that every week or however you do it. Or 3 days a week, 2 days a week. Even 1 day a week. And I just don't got it like that. Used to did, but not no more. You gotta take a huge detour to get them lost. I'm back again. I had a band and choir concert on the 11th. Did you? I bet that was awesome. How'd it go? Yeah, I ain't seen you in a minute, Poppy. Why I said dream, friend. It would be pretty cool though, you know. You can go get your pilot license in a little Cessna, Sam. You know, I'd be alright. Just what I would do though, if I have to fly again and if it ain't forbidden, which it probably is, I'm gonna buy a parachute And so if anything were to ever happen, I'll have my parachute and I'll hopefully glide right back down the earth. It went well. I chased people with my trombone, making a motorcycle sound. That's beautiful. I think men are always got that kid side in them sometimes, where we have a little bit of fun, and then your woman's always like, you need to stop that, you're getting on my nerves. Like, honey, I'm having fun, why you want to ruin that for me? I guess to women it's embarrassing or something, I don't know, but the bros understand, you know. Unless you're like uptight bro that's like, you know, what a loser. He's having fun. What a loser. Need to be mature. I mean, what's the sense of living if you can't have some fun from time to time, you know? Life don't always have to be so serious. You know, like, I'm not going to go into a courtroom having the time of my life, you know. Will get me for contempt. Like, who gets out of jail and starts singing the song, I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to the judge, you know? Oh, you're a girl, Poppy's a girl. Oh, wow. My bad. My bad, sister. My bad. See, girls just want to have fun, too. Girls just want to have fun. You ever heard that song? It's a good song. Poppy said, I'm going to go now, bye. Yeah, that's definitely a girl. You are an authentic girl. That is absolutely what the girls say. There's other girls in the lives. I don't know how old you are, but I mean, they're a little bit older women. They jump in fairly often. All right, we got the green light. If them cars go. Daddy, you still know you're still number one, but girls just want to have fun. I said girls just want to have fun. very bottom of the years. We started out in first high. Hang on, y'all. I gotta make a phone call real quick, so it's going to disrupt this just for a brief moment. Okay, well, never mind. Went straight to voicemail. I guess Poppy left. I guess I might have been offended, or I hope not. I don't think I said anything that would have offended a woman or a young lady. I don't know. So easily to offend people. I remember back in the day. It's really when back in the day, it wasn't that long ago, when you could like talk to somebody and you could just simply agree to disagree and everything was still fine. Nobody cared, It's like, okay, we just agree to disagree. It's no big deal, Oh, lady calling. on, gotta make another phone call. Alright, well, these phone calls are getting in the way. It's getting hot in this truck. Don't even have the heat on. 45 degrees outside, no wonder. Way down this road is where that tunnel is I told y'all about, so I'll end up ending the live somewhere down through here before we get there, so I can record that tunnel and show y'all what I'm talking about. So when we get there, we got to go underneath the mountain, and when we do that, it's going to, for obvious reasons, kill the service. So when you see it, just I'll probably try and tell you what I'm doing when I go through it. Like, I'm in Kentucky right now, and on the other side of that tunnel is Virginia, well, Tennessee and Virginia. When I get to the other side, there's an exit ramp right there, and that goes to Virginia. About a mile from that area. It's actually closer than that if you're not taking the road. Just better turn some lights on. Everybody else got theirs on. Hit the like and subscribe. Come join the chat, join the family, join the cause. Which really there ain't no cause. We just hang out and talk, get to know each other, educate one another, learn new things, share experiences, and just have good conversation. Happy 225th birthday. Established in 1800. Huh. Town been around for 225 years. For this town to be here 225 years, they're celebrating 225th birthday. Ain't nothing changed in 225 years. Oh yeah, this is they did the whatever you call that, the first day of Christmas. Oh, and what is that? 3 legs, 3 hens a laying, yeah, or whatever. However that song goes, that's what that is over. Oh, here's another one. What is it for? I can't remember the song. Looks like parrots on telephones. I'm trying to do this with you. Oh, there's the other one. 5 golden rings. Hey ha sa 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 sa. Asaniana. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Geese. 6 geese a laying. There it is. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of see it. 6 geese a laying. Oh, there's 7 swans or something. Well, we missed it. There's a bus in the way. I don't know. Oh, there's another one. Whatever that is. Sorry, I don't know if y'all want to see it or not. There's another one right there, whatever that is. See it? Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Oh, there's 10 down here on the right, I think. I can't remember the song. There it is. There's something over there, I don't know what it is. There they be. Anyway, cheers from Italy. Hey, cheers right back at you from the United States. Cheers, Italy. Italy, hit that like button and that subscribe button. We had some Italians in here earlier. Yeah, 12 Days of Christmas. Yeah, that I couldn't remember. I just remember I can't remember the lyrics to it. That's what all that is. They do the 12 Days of Christmas. And if you haven't, my wife's calling. Hang on. You should look into the what was that during Vietnam War, the story about 12 days. Was it 12 days of Christmas? I can't remember. Hang on, I gotta do something. Hang on, it's getting wild. saying. Christmas much but I don't remember. Yeah, they've done that in that town ever since I was little. We getting down here in my neck of the woods. So they're supposed to be a state trooper up here somewhere, because I believe, if I ain't mistaken, I saw that car telling me so. So we're about to find out. Because if there is, he will be right up over this hill, kind of like on the other side, coming down the other side. Let's see if they were lying to us. And they were. Unless he got on the road. Oh, no, they wasn't either. There he is. There he is. They was not lying to us. All those vehicles, only one car told us about it. Only one. There's the state trooper. That's wild. All those cars, and only one car told us about the state troopers. Only one. Damn, somebody's going that speed where I gotta shift. I can't shift really down and I can't shift up. But it's all good because you go around them. I guess they ain't never been down here. They got Indiana tags. I guess they're just, you know, admiring the mountains. There ain't no mountains in Indiana. They're probably on their way to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. Going to Dollywood. They going to Dollywood. I'd be going to the cabin, stay in the cabin for the holiday or something, stay there for the next week. That can be expensive depending on which one you get. Hi, Sean. Oh, focus is bad. Is it good now? A lot of times it goes out of focus. You can put your hand in front of it briefly and it'll correct it. Maybe am I zoomed in too far or something? Let's try that. Oh, I'm doing real good. Doing real good. Yeah, we driving trucks. Driving a Kenworth W900. Look at that guy, gets right up on his turn, finally hits his turn signal. Didn't give me he gave me very little warning. You can get a ticket for that, not using your turn signal at the right distance. There is a law for that if you're not aware. Season's greetings. Merry Christmas. Get in gear, son. Get in gear. Hit that like, subscribe. Show your support by just hitting the like and subscribe. And let's get to know each other. Chat would love to meet more people. I would love to talk to more people and meet y'all in the chat. I've actually only met one subscriber ever, and that was in Miami, Florida. And he brought me dinner. It's the only time I seen him in the live, and the last time I seen him. So I met him in the live that day, and I met him in person that day, and I've never seen him since, in the live or in person. Good now. All right, Danny. I'm glad I could fix that for you, brother. There's a big boulder on this mountain to your right. I'll take you up there one day. I don't know if I will during the winter or until spring or something. I'll try to do it sometime. I don't care if it's winter time or not. But I'll try to take these up there and show it to you. But there's a big boulder up there, and there's a big, humongous, like chain to it. Big chain. Bigger than a logging chain. I've not been up there since like 1997. And there's a story behind it. I mean, it's also, you know, just to give you a heads up, it's a myth. But There's a story behind it saying if the chain were to ever break, the boulder would fall off the mountain and squash the town. Hang on. Truck drive sleep in a truck. Yeah, I sleep in a truck, Sean. Slept in it last night. Probably going to sleep in it tonight. This is in Kentucky right now. We're about to cross into Tennessee. I'll have to end the live first because I'm going to show y'all a video of the tunnel. You got to go underneath the mountain so I can show you a video of it. I can't do it on a live because, you know, for obvious reasons, we're going to definitely lose service being underneath the mountain in a tunnel. So you won't be able to see it on the live. So I have to record it and share it so y'all can see it a little bit later today, hopefully. And all that wonderful good stuff. here and all these parts down through here and over in the Tennessee and down here in this area of Kentucky and over this mountain over here in Virginia. These are my home counties. I mean, so technically where I'm home now. I just got to get to Tennessee. That's my home. You know, it's just mountain living. You know, it's been this way forever. So I mean, the people that live out in these mountains and out in these hollers all over the place. So welcome to my humble home. Not much opportunity in down in these areas. But it's a good place, good place. Depends on what type of person you are, you know, if it's right for you, because it ain't for everybody. Somebody's house over on that mountain, you can probably see there's smoke rolling out. I don't know if you can see it or not. They got it decorated over on the side of that mountain. I come the summertime when it warms up, and I go out and I do a bunch of stuff. You know, I'll show you around. Probably won't be able to do lives because, you know, you're out in the middle of no man's land. And, you know, you probably won't have signal to do live, so I have to record it and show y'all. Give you a little bit of an idea of what I do in my home area and what we all do. Truck stop briefly, get me something to drink, and then I'll end up getting live, and then we'll go down into this town, and then we'll get through the town, and then I'll record I'll probably record leaving from here a video, and when we get into Tennessee, when we have to go under the mountain, go underneath the mountain, I'll try to record it all, and then that way I can share it. You all can see the tunnel that you never get to see. Man, I guess I'm at the park. Everybody's on the fuel island. Shit. Oh, there's a parking spot right there. All right, that'll work. Nope, there's a bobtail there. Shoot. Well, hopefully I can swing it in one of them spots. I'm at the blind side it because I messed up because I thought there was a spot right there where that bobtail is. This is how you blindside if I don't. Where's that truck at? I Can't tell where he is. Hopefully I don't hit him. Oh yeah. It's hard to blindside even for an experienced driver like myself. It's the hardest backing you can do, because you got to do what most of the time you got to do what they call goal. Get out and look. But for experienced drivers, you rarely ever got to get out and look. When you're experienced, you look for a challenge, because you don't always have one. Like I said, it's easier than what most people think. See, I blindsided that. That's like very difficult to do. And I didn't even have to pull up. Very difficult to do. Goal. G-O-A-L. Get out and look. But you don't always have to. Sometimes I have to. I mean, you get yourself in situations sometimes where you have to. But it's very, very rare. I'm sure rookies do it all the time. But guys, we're gonna I'll end up trying to record this. We're gonna go out this way over here. We're gonna go that way. And I'll try to record it and show you the tunnel, because y'all never get to see it. Some people's been asking about it. And then we'll be in Tennessee. I'll maybe talk about what we're doing in the process of the video and share it with you. It'll probably be a long form video, so it probably won't get many views, but I'll try and show it to y'all and all that. But so for now, I guess I'm gonna end this live, charge the battery up, run in here, and then try to record this when I leave and get over to Tennessee. All right, y'all, God bless you. Merry Christmas. I love each and every one of you in a not a weird way, you know. But yeah. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for the new folks. Hopefully y'all hit the like and subscribe button. We can all get to know each other and share some gems between all of us. God bless you, and whether you're a believer or not, God bless you.